Most of us are obsessed with size, and so are auto manufacturers, not only making cars bigger and better, but also producing massive engines. But when it comes to engines, it's not always the V12 powered cars that emerge victorious. Sometimes even a V6 can leave a V12 in the dust, because it's more about how you use the power rather than the amount. And in the case of cars, it's really about how that power is tuned. This is why, quote, underpowered V6 cars can deliver massive torque and horsepower, enough to put a V12 to shame. Despite the V6 being overlooked for the bigger and better V8, V10, and V12 engines, the V6 remains a force to be reckoned with. Luckily for you, you clicked on this video, because today you're gonna learn about the fastest V6 cars of all time. First on the list, we have the Porsche 911. The Porsche 911 is a legend among V6 sports cars. It carries a robust 3.8-liter twin-turbocharged V6 under the hood that thrashes out a whopping 580 horsepower and 555 pound-feet of torque. This all-wheel drive sports car does 0 to 60 in just 2.9 seconds and reaches a top speed of 205 miles per hour. With its PDK gearbox, sports exhaust, and all-wheel drive capabilities, it can deliver blistering acceleration in a heartbeat. Up next, we have the Lexus LC 500H. The 500H is a hybrid-powered sports car that looks 20 years ahead of its time. A wildly curvaceous exterior is certainly the primary calling card for this Lexus, though it's hardly the car's only party trick. The 500H comes with a 354 horsepower V6 that's part of a highly complex drivetrain. There are 2 electric motors, a lithium battery, and a multi-stage hybrid transmission, providing the LC with strong acceleration with a 0 to 60 time of just 4.7 seconds. Up next, we have the Audi RS5. The 2019 RS5 is part of the model's second generation. While the car used to have a V8, it now has a new twin-turbo V6. The car's 2.9-liter V6 engine produces 444 horsepower and 443 pound-feet of torque, driving all 4 wheels through an 8-speed automatic transmission. The RS5 delivers massive acceleration, incredible grip, and impressive handling, giving it a 0 to 60 time of just 3.7 seconds. Up next, we have the Acura NSX. This mid-engine sports car is filled to the brim with go-fast technology. Want all-wheel drive? Don't worry, it comes standard. Want a couple of turbochargers and 3 electric motors? The NSX has that as well. And the result is a hybrid V6 engine that produces a massive 573 horsepower. It also has razor-sharp handling, which only adds to the fun quotient. While the high price places the car in when I win the lottery territory for most shoppers, given its performance, this fearsome sports car still manages a surprising 22 miles per gallon. And it also has a blistering 0 to 60 time of just 2.7 seconds. Not bad for a hybrid. Up next, we have the BMW M3. The M3 is definitely one of the best cars in this group of fast V6s. It comes equipped with a 3-liter inline-6 engine putting out 425 horsepower and 406 pound-feet of torque. With its 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission, the M3 goes from 0 to 60 in just 4.1 seconds. Up next, we have the Alfa Romeo Giulia. The Giulia is known for its graceful appearance, loud exhaust notes, sharp handling, and for being brutally overpowered for its size. This Alfa Romeo high-performance model comes with a Ferrari-derived 2.9-liter turbocharged V6 engine, putting out a massive 505 horsepower and 443 pound-feet of torque. With its 8-speed automatic transmission, the Giulia has a 0 to 60 time of just 3.8 seconds and a top speed of 191 miles per hour. Up next, we have the Ford GT. With a 3.5-liter EcoBoost twin-turbo V6 offering up over 600 horsepower, an aerodynamic design, and a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission along for the ride, the Ford GT smashes through the 0 to 60 3-second barrier on its way to a top speed of 200 miles per hour. The mid-mounted twin-turbo V6 makes 647 horsepower and 550 pound-feet of torque, providing neck-breaking acceleration, pushing its drivers to 60 miles per hour in just 2.8 seconds. Up next, we have the Nissan GTR. The GTR might have a brick-like profile, but this Japanese coupe is one of the world's fastest vehicles. In less time than it takes most people to place their morning latte order, the GTR will have rocketed its way to 60 miles per hour in just 2.9 seconds. This car carries a 3.8-liter twin-turbo V6 engine that pumps out a gigantic 570 horsepower and an equally immense 470 pound-feet of torque. The GTR is hand-assembled by the best in the world's automotive scene, and its outlandish exhaust notes, coming from its 6-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission, are music to the ears. Up next, we have the Lotus GT430 Sport. The new GT430 Sport is one of the most rewarding V6 production cars that you'll find for a track day. This car comes with the supercharged 3.5-liter V6, producing 430 horsepower horsepower and 332 pound-feet of torque, giving it a 0 to 60 time of just 3.8 seconds. Up next, we have the Stinger GT. There's no denying that the Kia Stinger ranks as one of the best small luxury sedans. One reason is the performance offered by its V6 engine. This twin-turbo 3.3-liter V6 serves up 356 horsepower and 376 pound-feet of torque. One of the only drawbacks is that this V6-powered Kia has a hearty appetite for fuel. Yet considering how much you save compared to other sports sedans with similar power, the extra fuel costs really don't matter, because this car has a 0 to 60 time of just 4.7 seconds. Up next, we have the Jaguar F-Type. On looks alone, the Jaguar F-Type is a winner. While the car's base engine is a turbocharged 4-cylinder, stepping up to the supercharged V6 gets you the performance that you would expect from a Jaguar. The R-Dynamic trim bumps up the V6's output to 380 horsepower. The engine sounds great as well, particularly when paired with a driver-adjustable active exhaust system, available in a multitude of trims and with the option of all-wheel drive. The F-Type is an agile and athletic sports car with a 0 to 60 time of just 4.8 seconds. Up next, we have the Nissan 370Z. When it comes to getting lots of power for a modest amount of cash, the Nissan 370Z is nearly impossible to beat. For around $30,000, this rear-wheel drive sports car carries a 3.7-liter VQ Series V6 engine, equipped with a 7-speed automatic transmission. Its 24-valve aluminum alloy engine produces a massive 350 horsepower and a bulky 276 pound-feet of torque, and it has a 0 to 60 time of just 4.6 seconds. Up next, we have the Cadillac STS V-Sport. The Cadillac STS is a true American luxury sedan that makes long trips melt away thanks to its smooth ride and spacious interior. Add the optional twin-turbo V6 that's found in the V-Sport trim and get ready, because this caddy steadily transforms itself into one formidable performance sedan. Granted, the sheer size of the STX means it still feels like a big car, but the 410 horsepower V6 engine, that's right, this V6 makes over 400 horsepower, provides it with sports car-like acceleration, taking you from 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds. Up next, we have the Audi S4. The S4 is another V6 powered sports car that's a highly capable driving machine under any and all circumstances. It's armed with a turbocharged 3-liter V6 engine that turns out a modest 354 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. Audi's Quattro all-wheel drive system comes standard, along with an 8-speed automatic transmission. It also has a 0 to 60 time of just 4.3 seconds and achieves a top speed of 155 miles per hour. Up next, we have the Radical RXC Turbo. Radical Supercars, the company behind some of the most outrageous vehicles on the planet, has just released its newest machine, the Radical RXC Turbo. Thanks to a 3.5-liter twin-turbocharged EcoBoost V6 engine, producing 450 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque, the RXC Turbo can make the blitz to 60 miles per hour in just 2.6 seconds and will reach a top speed of 185 miles per hour. Even though it's race-ready, this car is actually street legal. So if you ever dreamed of riding through town in a full-on race car, the Radical RXC Turbo is the perfect choice. Well guys, those are the fastest V6 cars on earth. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you like what you see at the channel, subscribe and put post notifications on. You could also follow the channel on Instagram at Modern Muscle YT. I'm Jeff for Modern Muscle, and I'll see ya next time.